Hi there, educator. I really appreciate you taking the time to check out the Prepmedians Test Prep Comedians demo. I'll be really quick because I know that you have a hectic schedule, and again, I do appreciate your time. So, we are Prepmedians, the Test Prep Comedians. We empower students to succeed on their SATs and ACTs by engaging them online through highly effective sketch comedy and pop music videos. That's right, we make test prep fun. You can think of us as Khan Academy meets Saturday Night Live.
Ah! Silly me. Huh? Oh, we are diving into the world of verbs. You'll want to make changes to passages from the test only when you absolutely must.
I am genius, and that which has no bounds cannot be confined.
Billy, have you been leaking envelopes again?
That was one time.
So as I mentioned, you can think of us as Khan Academy meets Saturday Night Live, but we actually are more effective than Khan Academy. In fact, in a recent pilot study, we saw that we were 2.5 times more effective than Khan Academy in terms of students' improvements on sections using Prepmedians versus on sections using Khan Academy. And we also noticed that across hundreds and hundreds of students' reports, we've seen an average 4.6 out of 5 on entertainment. And that's really exciting because in this day and age, with TikTok and Instagram, teenagers are probably the toughest demographic when it comes to their critical reviews of entertainment. Here are just a few of our partners, not all of them by any means, but in Atlanta, Georgia, we have Dalton Public Schools, and what they do is they start every single day with a Prep Medians episode. They get students to watch it and laugh and learn and excited for the day. And the way they structure it is that they have a preset of video questions that are on our platform that students access through their mobile devices. And then the video is played on a screen for all students to watch together. And then there's the post set of video questions. And because of our platform, the teachers are able to get immediate feedback that they can then use to structure lessons. So they know exactly which questions to go over. And I'll go over that in more detail in a few moments. Boys Hope Girls Hope is a national organization that uses our test prep for their full SAT and ACT service. And One Goal is also a national nonprofit that uses our test prep as an engaging supplement for homework. So instead of the typical boring SAT or ACT book that students have to do homework from during the week, this is a really good way for students to remain engaged even after they leave the lesson. So right now we are running a free trial through April 30th, and then when we have the full library in the fall, as of yet we have just the ACT English and the SAT Writing and Language section. At that point it'll be $40 per student per year, and all teacher and organizational dashboards are free. Now here is the learning dashboard that you'll see. This is what every single student receives. It's the student's learning profile. And as you'll learn, we don't just teach test strategies, we actually teach the academic fundamentals that will serve these students not only for the test, but for their academic lives thereafter. And the school curriculum is entirely safe for school. There's no profanity. There's nothing to worry about that might cause concern for the teachers or for parents. And it's tied to Common Core SAT and ACT standards. Now, the way that the module is structured is that we have 20 minutes long sections. So there's a 5-minute question set before the actual video, and these questions are based off of actual SATs and ACTs, 16 of them to be exact. And we went through SATs and ACTs, and we looked at every single question, and we thought to ourselves, okay, what's the reading comprehension level, and what is the particular skill being tested? And then we emulated a question off of that. And that's really important because even as we're teaching through this edutainment style of learning, it's important that the skills are directly translatable to the test. And that's something that we've been getting consistent feedback on, that these questions feel like the actual test. Now, the video itself is featuring our Prepmedians, our Broadway singer actors and sketch comedians. And every video has closed captioning and chaptering and the ability to change speed so that students with different learning abilities can access this in a self-paced manner. So here's an example video. In this video, we are using the Prepmedians to parody different celebrities to teach different verb tenses. And when we teach the present perfect tense, we use the most perfect celebrity of all, Beyonce.
There's a tense called the perfect tense that likes to creep up on the test. I won't go through every single tense in this video, but we'll learn the 3 main perfect tenses because they are useful.
I've been thinking.
Oh my god, it's the perfect queen bee herself!
I've been drinking.
Whoa. Said differently, the present perfect is for things that have been happening. So, when did Beyonce start drinking and thinking? Before now. Is she still doing it now? Yes. So she has been drinking and has been thinking. Oh, and she has only begun her domination. Not has began, has begun. Begun is the past participle of to begin. In fact, that sound comes up a lot in the present perfect. Has run, has sung, and, believe it or not, has swung. Oh, and babe, who runs the world?
Verbs.
Who runs the world?
Verbs.
Love that.
Awesome. And then there is a question set at the end, and the questions are randomized between the before and after question sets, and that way we're able to determine the efficacy of our platform on a micro level. And we're seeing that there's a statistically significant increase of 7% from just watching a video once. Of course, that increase is even larger when students come back and rewatch the video or re-go through question sets and the answers. And this is something that, again, we see with extremely high statistical significance. The p-value is microscopic on this. Now, there are 3 methods of review. The first method is that students can access the full question and answer sheet right after they complete a module. And so on this, they're able to see all of the questions, they're able to see their answers, and then answer explanations that tie back to how the particular concept was taught in the video. For example, here we taught Ariana Grande with the past tense. So it's reinforced in the explanations. Another way is that the email is actually tied to the platform. So students receive an error log immediately after going through a module. And this succinctly lays out just the questions that they missed. So it's just the wrong answers. Students can go through, and then at the end, they can redo the question set. And as I mentioned before, the questions will be in a randomized order. So students aren't just memorizing 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C. Or they can go on to the next module. And finally, there is this need to knows packet that lays out all of the content for every single video in a way that's easily digestible, and that we recommend students, when they're going through the videos, they have this by their side, and teachers also use this in order to know exactly what they're assigning to students. So if they say, hey, I'm going to put an hour of homework out there for students to be assigned, that's 3 modules, given that each module is 20 minutes, I know exactly what the content will be that's covered in those 3 modules by going through this need to knows. Now, teachers themselves get their own dashboard, and there's a teacher level dashboard where a teacher may see his or her own students, and then there's an organizational level dashboard that can see all the teachers and all the students. Here, all the reports, the resources, and everything is aggregated. And speaking of the reports, so when a student completes a module, a report is automatically generated. You can click into that module to see the student's pre-video and post-video scores, and you can go through and see the questions as well as that student's response, the correct response, and the percentage of students within a class who missed a given question, which is a great data analytic point because you can go through the questions that most students missed during that precious in-class time. Especially if you tell the students, hey, redo the modules as many times as you need to get to 85%, and then we're going to go through the 3 hardest questions in person. Here are our resources, and in this, what you'll see is teachers have the ability to go through and see exactly how to create a lesson plan. And we have lesson plans for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-week programs, and we can also customize that even further. In addition, what we have is we've built in the Khan Academy practice test and the ACT Red Book practice tests into the lesson plan, so you know exactly when you should be taking a test. And this allows for students to get a baseline score so that as they continue to work through the modules, they actually do better and better and get to a higher score that you can easily verify through these practice tests. In addition, we have in-person quizzes and answer keys for teachers to feel fully empowered on how to answer every question that may come up. So I leave you with this, what I say at the end of every episode. Believe in yourself, because I certainly do.
I'm your new tutor. I've gotten 99th percentile and or perfect scores on the ACT, SAT, and GMAT. I've tutored the ACT and SAT for over 5,000 hours, and I've coached students to perfect scores. I graduated from Yale magna cum laude. All right, you know what? Welcome to Prepmedians. We teach through sketch comedy, parody, music, and rap. Yeah, I'm a connecting word. Use me for locations. Make a clause longer. Connect words to phrases. She was on Broadway. Now, I know what you're thinking. Are your strategies as good as my tutors? No. For and nor, but, or, yet so. They're better. Cross them both out. Prepmedians will help you out, because learning is worth laughing for. What's up, Prepsters? Today we are teaching punctuation between two independent clauses with our annual punctuation fact.
So that was a trailer of what we do, and we look forward to working with you. Again, we have nothing but the utmost respect for the work that you do on a daily basis. So we hope that we can help you empower your students through engagement, and let's crush it. Here we go.